Let's just add a little more spook to an already spooky tale. I received this email from a user who went by Mallory98. The email didn't have anything in it but this attached story. I tried several times to reach out and get more information, but every time I sent an email, it bounced back as an invalid address. Every time. Through every email provider. So I just decided to share it in its entirety. We'll call this one the Hollow Call. It's time to start telling our own stories. I'm Steve Kellums, and welcome to Blue Canary. You ever get a call that just never leaves you? This happened in '98, a couple of weeks before Halloween. I was working second shift out of Precinct 12, which covered the old industrial part of town. Warehouses, junkyards, and a couple of blocks of rundown housing from the 40s. Half of it was abandoned. The other half didn't want to be found. You know the type. It was a slow night, rainy and cold. Dispatch came through with a 911 hang-up, static on the line. Originated from a payphone on Holloway Street, near the old textile mill. Now, here's the thing. Holloway Street didn't have a working payphone anymore. It had been pulled up 5 years earlier after a stabbing. Junkies used to shoot up in that booth, but the call was traced right there. So I go check it out. No backup needed. It's just a hang-up, right? I park by the mill. The streetlight overhead flickers like it's been waiting all week for me to show up. The wind cuts through my jacket, and the place smells like mildew and something else. Iron, maybe? Like blood? I walk the sidewalk where the booth used to be, and I swear to God it's there. A payphone. Same scratched-up glass door, same graffiti. Receiver dangling by the cord, swinging slightly even though the wind's dead still. But this one looks new? Not new. More like recently reinstalled by an electrician from hell new? I step closer. My radio crackles. Nothing but white noise. Then a whisper.
Officer down.
I freeze. Ask for a repeat. Dispatch comes back. We didn't have any traffic. Are you okay? I didn't answer. I reach out and pick up the phone receiver. Dead air. Then click. The sound of someone picking up on the other end. Then a little girl's voice.
He's still in the basement.
I pull back. Goosebumps crawling up my arms. My flashlight flickers. Now there's no basement in a payphone, obviously. But the mill behind me? That had a basement. It used to be full of dye vats, old pipes, maybe a few rats big enough to hold you at gunpoint. I call for backup finally, because I ain't walking into that place alone. But no answer. Radio's toast. I try the cell, no service. So what do? I go in. Because I was younger then, and dumber. The front doors of the mill are chained shut, so I circle around back. The storm cellar doors are cracked open, just a sliver, like someone wanted me to see them. Basement's pitch black, smells like mold and old memories. I descend the steps, every creak loud enough to wake the dead. And then I hear it. Drip. 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 My flashlight flicks on, lands on a puddle. There's water trickling down the brick wall. Then, just ahead, I catch movement. A man, standing still in the corner, back to me, wearing what looks like a silk uniform, like one of ours, but older, outdated, the kind they wore in the 60s. I raise my voice. Police! Show me your hands! He doesn't move. I repeat myself. Nothing. I step closer, and suddenly he turns. But where the face should be, there's just black. Not a mask, not a shadow, just void. Like looking into a hole punched in the world. He raises his arm and points behind me, and that's when I hear the girl's voice again, whispering in my ear.
He never left.
I spin around, no one there. And when I turn back, the man's gone. I hauled ass out of that place so fast I almost left a boot behind. Got back to the cruiser, and guess what? No payphone. Not even a sign one had ever been there. Radio worked fine. Cell had 4 bars. Backup showed up 5 minutes later and found me sitting in the driver's seat with a 1,000-yard stare. They still make fun of me for that. But screw them. They weren't there. The report, suspicious circumstances, FTL, failure to locate. It didn't end there. I probably could have chalked it all up to being stressed out and getting no sleep, but here's the kicker. 2 years later, a construction crew digging out the foundation for new condos under the old mill found a body, wrapped in a police-issue raincoat from the 1960s. Skeletonized. Badge still pinned to the chest. The name tag read, Mallory. Just like mine. But I never lost a jacket, and the department never lost an officer by that name either. So, who was he? Hell if I know. But sometimes when the scanner's real quiet and the night feels wrong, I still hear that little girl on the wind.
He's still in the basement.
You rookies sleep tight tonight, and if you ever get a call from Holloway Street, don't answer it. Let the dead sort out their own business. And that's the story we have to tell. Thank you for joining. As always, I'm curious what questions you're getting asked. What isn't the news covering? And what story needs to be told? Connect with me at bluecanarypodcast@gmail.com.